What if the ultimate villain in One Piece isn't Blackbeard, Akainu, or even the Celestial Dragons, but a figure we barely know anything about? A shadow who has ruled the world for over 800 years. That's right, Imu. Today we're diving deep into the most secretive character in the series, and what we found might change the way you see the One Piece world forever. Yo Nakama, welcome back to the channel! If you're obsessed with One Piece lore like I am, you're in the right place. This theory is packed with hidden clues, ancient mysteries, and shocking connections that Oda has quietly sprinkled across the series. We're going to explore who Imu is, their role in the Void Century, and why they may be the original enemy of Joy Boy, and possibly even the oldest being in the entire story. Let's start with what we actually know. Imu is the one person who sits on the empty throne, a seat that's supposed to remain unoccupied to symbolize balance and equality among the world's kings. But the five elders, the Gorosei themselves, bow before Imu. That alone turns the whole world government into a puppet regime. When Imu first appeared in chapter 908, we saw them holding wanted posters of Luffy, Blackbeard, Shirahoshi, and Vivi. These aren't just pirates or royalty, they're symbols of resistance and ancient lineage. And so, who is Imu? Here's a crazy but compelling idea. Imu is the last surviving ruler from the 20 kings who created the world government. Or worse, Imu was the sole enemy of the ancient kingdom, the mastermind who led the charge against Joy Boy and his people. What if Imu never died? What if they've been controlling the world since the Void Century? We know the Void Century is a 100-year period that the world government has completely erased from history. Anyone who tries to research it, like Professor Clover or Nico Robin's mother, ends up dead. That alone tells us how dangerous this knowledge is. The ancient kingdom was a powerful, advanced civilization. Joy Boy, its hero, or perhaps even its ruler, tried to make peace with the world, but he failed. Why? Some theorists believe the ancient kingdom was betrayed from within. A trusted figure allied with the 20 kingdoms and helped destroy the kingdom from the inside. That figure? Imu. The poneglyphs were created by the Kozuki clan to preserve the truth. They speak of Poseidon, Pluton, Uranus, 3 ancient weapons. Why would such weapons exist unless they were used in a massive war? A war that reshaped the world and led to the birth of the current world order. And at the center of that war was Joy Boy and his enemy, Imu. In chapter 1085, we saw a shadowy transformation. Imu isn't human, or at least not anymore. They take on an inhuman, monstrous form, possibly hinting at a mythical zone devil fruit, or even something beyond. Now let's talk about the Ope Ope no Mi, the Op-Op fruit. One of its most terrifying powers is the perpetual youth surgery. It can make someone ageless. What if, hundreds of years ago, someone gave up their life to perform this surgery on Imu? That would explain their survival since the Void Century and their continued rule over the world. And here's something wild. Read Imu backwards in Japanese, and you get Umi, which means sea. The sea, as we know, is the natural enemy of devil fruit users. Could Imu be a symbolic opposite? A being who controls devil fruits, or worse, created them? Could devil fruits be remnants of the ancient kingdom's science? And Imu, the one who twisted that power into weapons of control. Let's look at who Imu wants eliminated. Luffy, Blackbeard, Shirahoshi, and Vivi. Luffy and Blackbeard. Both carry the initial D, a mark of those who are fated to bring the storm. Shirahoshi, the current Poseidon, one of the ancient weapons. Vivi, royalty of Alabasta, the only founding kingdom that refused to become a celestial dragon. So why does the D matter? Gold D Roger, Monkey D Luffy, Port Gas D Ace, Trafalgar D Law. They're all rebels. All uncontrollable. All thorns in the side of the world government. The D clan could be direct descendants of the ancient kingdom, carrying the will of Joy Boy himself. This would explain why the Gorosei tremble at the name. Why Imu wants them wiped out. Luffy isn't just a pirate, he's Joy Boy reborn. The Nika fruit is more than just a Zoan. It's the heartbeat of liberation. We've got 3 ancient weapons. Poseidon, Shirahoshi, controls Sea Kings, Pluton, hidden in Wano, a warship capable of mass destruction. Uranus, still unknown. These weapons weren't made to conquer, they were made to protect the ancient kingdom. But Imu twisted their purpose, and now the world government will stop at nothing to destroy anyone who seeks them. The final war will be the return of those weapons. Fishman Island, Wano, Alabasta, Elbaf. Every major location we've visited has a piece of the puzzle. When the final battle happens, we'll see the forces of the ancient kingdom, reborn in the Straw Hats and their allies, go head-to-head against Imu and the corrupted world government. If and when Imu falls, everything changes. The poneglyphs will be read, the truth will be known. The world government will collapse. But most importantly, the world will finally see the dawn that Joy Boy promised. Zunesha spoke of waiting for a command. Toki sent her son into the future to help fulfill the prophecy. Everything Oda has written, every war, every tragedy, every hidden clue has been leading us to the fall of Imu. And that moment will be the greatest turning point in One Piece history. So, Nakama, what do you think? Is Imu really an immortal tyrant from the Void Century? Are they the ancient traitor who betrayed Joy Boy and shaped the current world order? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your theories. If you enjoyed this deep dive, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one.